Hi, this is LB with the Dartmouth Student Wellness Center. This is day 6 of ReCentering, a 7-day yoga challenge. So today's practice is all about coming back to our center, reconnecting to the meaning behind our actions. It's too easy to get hijacked by the speed of which life goes by, all the while grasping at a life deemed fulfilling by what our culture says is fulfilling, that we can tend to forget who and why we are. So, by focusing on our core, our seat of intuition and wisdom, we'll learn to slow down, find some calm, listen, and get off of autopilot. So, I hope you have fun and bring in some kindness as we move through some core work and some interesting twists in this sequence. I hope you enjoy. See you on the mat. We'll start today's practice in a seated posture, so something that's comfortable for you. And as you begin to settle, you might move around your sitting bones so that you create this nice foundation for you to be able to root down into the earth and find a little length with the spine out through the crown of the head. Perhaps you let your eyelids close as we begin. You can also just take a soft downward gaze, allowing the shoulders to soften away from the bottoms of the ears, and just drawing your hands back gently away from your knees so that the elbows come underneath the shoulders and the chest begins to open slightly up, coming into a posture that embodies a sense of checking in rather than checking out. From here, allowing yourself to make that intentional shift of where you just were to being present in your body and in your breath and in this moment. Perhaps deepening your breath, long, slow inhale followed by a long, slow exhale. And then if you'd like, you could bring your hands in front of heart center in Anjali Mudra, a gesture of honoring ourselves as well as this community that we're creating. It's always nice to begin our practice with an intention, with our why. So connecting to what has brought us here. What keeps us coming back to this challenge? What keeps us coming back to the mat? What keeps us back to being present? Why is this important for you to do? Is there something you're hoping to cultivate more of? Do you want to see strength, focus, stability, peace? Whatever that deeper meaning and desire is, let that inform your intention for your practice today. And may it infuse every moment moving forward from now. And so, if you have a word or a phrase of the importance of why you keep coming back, what you're hoping to see, just invite you to repeat that word silently to yourself 2 to 3 times. And bowing your head towards your heart, towards that intention, sealing it in, releasing your hands, inhale, lifting the chin, opening the eyes if it's closed, continuing in with a deeper breath here. You might even want to come into that ujjayi breathing, slight constriction of the throat muscles, in and out through the nose, 3 to 4 second inhale, followed by a 3 to 4 second exhale. Now, what's our why behind a deepening breath, an audible breath like this? Connecting to the meaning is that this is also known as victorious breath. It makes us come alive. It
it brings us energy, but also calms our nervous system. The sound that we create with it reminds us if we're no longer breathing, if we're no longer hearing it, it means to come back to it. So in your next inhale, just taking a gentle twist towards the left arm will move towards behind you, the right hand on the opposite knee, rooting down equally with both sides of your sitting bones. Inhale, get a little taller. And then with your core, draw the belly button in on an exhale and let the core, your navel, really do the work for you in this twist. So we're not forcing with the neck or the shoulders. They're just following our center. They're following our core. Taking one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. And inhale to first just let the head unwind, and then slowly let the rest of the body coming back to center. Taking a deep breath in, a deep breath out. And then coming to the other side, placing the right hand behind you, left hand on opposite knee. Press down with that back hand to really bring yourself a little bit taller, even a little bit forward. And then as you exhale, that low belly gently draws in as that directs you a little bit more fully into this twist. That left shoulder is drawing back as much as the right shoulder, so the heart is open. The heart sees as your middle, your center directs the way. Gaze can look beyond your right shoulder or even just out towards the right, somewhere in that direction, whatever feels nice on your neck. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. In your next inhale, allowing the head to unwind first and allowing the rest of the body to restack itself. And from here, walk your hands behind you with your fingers pointing forward. Place some weight into your elbows. Bend your elbows as you bend your knees. From here, walk the feet out away from you. So there's about 2 feet from your heels to your hips. And I'll just invite you to cross that right ankle over the left knee, coming into this modified pigeon, this modified half pigeon. From here, draw the heart up towards the calf. Gently draw that right knee away from you as you flex that right foot. Breathe in through the sensation here. For some of us, it might be quite a lot of sensation. So notice what's happening in the mind. Noticing if there's a rush to get out. And just remember that with all experiences, there is a beginning, there's a middle, and there is an end. So knowing things don't last forever can sometimes be helpful and allow us room to settle into something, even when it's challenging. Taking one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. And inhale, soften your elbows, uncross that ankle, and then cross the other ankle, the left ankle over the left knee. Again, kind of draw the heart up towards that left shin. This side might feel completely different, so you might back off a little bit. You might go a little bit more forward, go a little bit more deeper into it. Listening to your body, allowing the breath to bring you some calm, to bring you some ease, even when there's some intensity. As you inhale, even imagine that outer left hip taking in the breath, creating more space. And the exhale comes some ease, some softening. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Softening the elbows again, uncross that knee. Walk your fingers up and in, cross your ankles, and come over onto your hands and knees into tabletop. Bringing the wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, low belly drawing in, really connecting to your core here, supporting the low back, supporting the whole torso. And then moving through a few rounds of cat and cow. So as you are ready, scooping the tailbone out, melting the heart and the belly as the arms stay straight and strong, lifting the chin, opening the throat, drawing the collarbones away from one another. As you exhale, scoot the tailbone under, reverse the arch of your spine, drop the head, feel the navel draw in towards the spine, and then inhaling back to cow belly, beginning to link your breath with your movement, connecting with your center here, connecting with your core, feeling like that navel is almost leading the way for you. Coming into cat, the belly button draws in and it just feels like that middle part of your back is lifting towards the sky. Nice. One more round here. Exhaling to cat. Inhaling to cow belly. And then exhaling to a neutral spine, pressing down with that right hand, particularly the index and the thumb. And we're going to inhale that left arm up into the sky, going only as far as feels good. And then we're going to thread the needle with this left hand right underneath our right elbow or right arm, putting the left side of our temples on the mat. And then with this right hand, you can either keep the elbow bent at a 90 degrees angle, or you might want to walk that hand out, looking under your right armpit as you let the left arm and the left shoulder root down into the ground, bringing awareness into your hips and drawing the right hip back, left hip slightly forward to square off the hips, letting the torso, again, really come into the twist here rather than hips or shoulders doing all the work. Taking one more breath, inhale and exhale. As you walk the right hand forward, just bring it back right in front of your eye. And then inhale, press through that right hand, unwind just the way you came in, reaching up and exhaling down. Coming to the other side as you're ready, inhale, right hand towards the sky. Exhale, dive it under the left, placing the right side of your head on the mat. And then finding a happy place for that left arm. And it could be 90 degrees, or you might walk it out long. From here, draw the left hip back, right hip forward. Let the right side of your arm root down into the ground as you feel the twist in through the navel, through the core. One more deep breath here. Inhale and exhale. As you walk that left hand out, place it back in front of your eyes and press through that left hand and draw that right arm all the way to the sky, reversing your way out. And then exhale back to tabletop. From here, again, finding that core support and beginning to inhale, draw the right leg out long. From here, really pressing through the right heel, knowing if the low belly dropped at all, and re-engaging that core, finding lift here. Taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, begin to draw knee towards nose, arching the spine in that cat-like shape, keeping the heel close to your bum. Then inhale to reach out. Exhale to draw in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fire up that core to help yourself draw in, create that steady core. And inhale, extend out. Exhale, replace the knee back on the ground. Re-square off your weight. Re-engage those low belly muscles to support you. And then as you're ready, inhale the left knee out long. Again, find your support. Find where you can find more lightness. And then as you're ready, taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, curl the left knee in towards your nose, arch the spine, drop the head. And then exhale to release. Inhale to curl in. Exhale, extend. Inhale last time here. And extend. And then coming back to all fours. And from here, we're going to now draw the right foot slightly off our mat, or maybe to just the outer edge of the mat, creating a kickstand. So then we begin to put all our weight into our right hand as we draw the left foot behind us, going down the length of the mat, and begin to draw the left hand onto your outer left hip. From here, really working on these oblique abdominals, these side muscles. So you press down through the mat, lift the left hip towards the sky, begin to lift and peel back the shoulders. Press down through the outer edge of that left foot as you begin to get more space on the left side of your body. You'll feel a little crunch of the right side of your body. This lifting up and expanding. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. And inhale, arm to the sky. Exhale, coming back to tabletop. One cat and cow belly breath here. Coming to that neutral spine. And then as you're ready, setting up for the other side, drawing that left foot slightly to the side, creating a steadier base. As you reach that right foot down long and really pressing down through that right outer edge of your foot as you reach your right hand to your right hip. Now use this right hand to give yourself a little bit of a modification, drawing that right hip back as you draw the tailbone out. Pelvis reaches forward as right hip reaches towards the sky. Shoulders begin to peel away from one another. Gaze, if it feels okay in your neck, can look up. It can also look straight ahead or even down. So lots of options for the neck to protect that area of our body. And as we're here, reach with the outer edge of that extended right leg. Reach with the right hip towards the sky. Feel a slight crunch of the left hip as you find expanse and space through all the ribs on the right side of your body. And then as you're ready, inhale the arm to the sky. And exhale, draw the right hand down, right knee follows. Cow belly breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to that neutral spine and just begin to walk the feet out long, coming to a top of a push-up. You can draw the knees right down if you'd like, or you can keep them lifted. Wherever you are though, finding that core here, drawing the low belly in, melting the heart, feeling some wake up in the belly. Even if the knees are down, there's still support that's needed to bring some lightness here. And when it gets challenging, if knees are lifted or even grounded, and remember to embody calm by breathing a little deeper to get some clarity of sensations. And to remember your intention, why this matters to you. And then option to drop the knees or keep them lifted and come back either into puppy dog or downward facing dog, which is just knees lifted with the same shape, that same inverted V shape. And maybe if you're in downward facing dog, you pedal your feet. If you're in puppy dog, the knee stays grounded, the hips reach towards the heels, and the armpits are lifting away from the ground as the heart melts towards the ground. In either posture, ears are floating between biceps and head is pretty passive. If you're in downward facing dog, that means that you should be looking through your ankles or your shins. Taking one more breath here, reaching the hips back long, letting the heels draw to the ground. Exhaling all your air out. Then inhale, looking forward and slowly making your way to the front of the mat. Coming into your first forward fold and just letting it be pretty passive. Knees bent quite deeply, head drops, maybe even shaking yes and no with the head, nodding back and forth, just releasing tension in that part of your body. And then as you're ready, inhale, beginning to straighten the legs as you rise up halfway. Gaze is still looking down. The length is coming from our tailbone out through the length of our head as our shoulders draw back. Feeling energy move through the back of our legs. One more breath here. Inhale. And keeping all that length, begin to now re-enter this fold, hinging at the hips, leading with the heart. Inhale again up halfway. And this time begin to walk your hands out to the side of your right foot. And so you might come right next, you might come more on an angle, but wherever you are, keeping the squareness of the hips. The left hip draws back, the right hip draws forward as the heart melts. Hands are at least shoulder width apart, head is dropped. And then inhale, slowly make your hands back through center, and then come to the other side. Again, knees can be bent if needed, or even hands can come up a little higher to your shin. So if the floor seems a little too far away, don't push it. You can stay right here. And then coming into the twist, the action remains where the left hip draws forward, right hip back, and the torso yearns to get longer and to come deeper into this twist. Letting your head drop heavy wherever you are. Fingers either grounded or not grounded, doesn't matter. Taking one more breath here, inhale and exhale. Inhale back through center. Re-equalize the weight between your feet. And then slowly begin to bend down, coming into chair pose, Utkatasana. Drawing arms to frame the sides of your heads, about equal with your ears. Groin goes deep. Low belly slightly draws in, so there is core support here. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe in for length. And as you exhale, begin to draw the left hand to the left hip, right hand on opposite knee, coming into a chair twist. So all those principles, the hips staying square, the shoulders drawing back, still here. If you look down at the knees, they're right next to each other. Often one knee will go out in front of the other, and they're just parallel with each other. Inhale, getting length through the spine, through the crown of the head. Exhale, let the navel guide you. Beautiful. One more breath, inhale and exhale. Inhale back through center. Notice what's happening in your body, in your mind. Embody calm with the breath. There is a beginning, a middle, and an end of even of this experience. Coming to the other side, right hand on other hip, left hand on opposite knee. Inhale, get length first, and exhale, let the core lead the way. The core is our home of our intuition. And so sometimes we don't listen to our intuition, but it truly is our ground, our seat, our wisdom. And so strengthening connection to this part of our body can strengthen connection to ourselves and to our wisdom. Taking one more breath here, inhale. And exhale to release back through center and fall all the way down, finding some sweet release by straightening those legs. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, step back long with your left foot. And exhale, draw that left knee to the ground, coming into a low lunge here. From here, finding some spaciousness in the heart, finding that right hip drawing back, left hip forward. Now I'm going to invite you to just draw the left hand to the ground and inhale, right arm up to the sky. Again, feeling the peeling action of the heart, both shoulders drawing back. And then finding your strength in your core, finding the strength in the foundation of your legs. Inhale, let yourself windmill up into this low lunge twist. Right hand reaching back, left hand reaching forward, shoulders drawing on your back. Scooping the tailbone, lifting the low belly, gorgeous. Taking one more breath here, inhale and exhale. And inhale, windmill your hands to frame your front foot. And then option to lift your back knee off the ground, coming into a low lunge with the back knee lifted. From here, placing the weight into your left hand and then heel toeing that right foot back. So it's parallel to the hip, creating a 90-degree angle with that right leg beginning to come into side plank. Support it with that right foot. That right arm can lift, feeling that nice little pinch on the left side of your body to extend through the right, reaching out through those right fingertips. And again, modifying when you need. So you might draw the hip down. You might come into a modified version just like this. No problem. Wherever you are, one more breath here. Inhale. And as you exhale, let that right hand touch down, drawing the right toes forward, and then stepping back into supported plank with the knees on the ground, low belly drawing in, and then exhale, slowly lower down, chest and belly. From here, point the toes, let the arms come behind you. Inhale the shoulders up towards your ears, and exhale, wrap them back as you lift the arms away from the floor. Begin to press down through the pelvis, through that triangle area of your body, as you begin to float the arms, the legs, the chest, the heart, feeling a sense of buoyancy and lightness here. Taking one more breath, inhale. And as you exhale, placing your hands underneath shoulders, tucking your toes, pressing back into that low plank, and exhaling back into downward facing dog or puppy dog. Or even child's pose is a really nice option here. Recommitting to that breath, embodying calm, coming back to your why. Why is this important? What does this provide you? And let that be the inspiration to keep going. So as you're ready, looking forward and making your way to the front of the mat, coming to that forward fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, and folding. Inhale, pressing through the feet, standing tall here. Extending through the arms, taking up more space. And exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, getting length through the back by coming up halfway. Exhale and lowering. This time stepping your right foot back long into a low lunge, grounding that back knee. Getting length here, finding the stability of the ground, of the foundation. Making sure this front knee isn't passing the ankle. So we want this to be a perpendicular line, which helps protect the knee. And that's why drawing the left hip back, the right hip forward, can help you make sure that that's protected. And then from here, drawing down with the right hand, inhale, begin to sweep the left arm to the sky. And then noticing if this left hip wants to drift forward, you just keep drawing it back as you get to peel the heart open. Again, option for gaze is to be up, forward, or even down. And then using the power of your legs, rooting down especially with the inner edge of that left foot, and using the power of your core, begin to inhale, come up to a lunging twist, reaching out with that right hand, out with the left, but then drawing the shoulder blades on your back, scooping the tailbone, lifting the low belly in, letting the gaze look towards that left hand. Inhale, get length through the body. Exhale, draw the low belly in, beginning to twist. One more breath, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, forward. Exhale, hands down. From here, begin to inhale that left knee off the ground. Root down with the right hand. Begin to heel toe this left foot back so you can create a 90-degree angle with the left knee, the left leg. Pivot on the outer edge of that right leg. Option to keep the hips on the ground or to really begin to lift through the hips. Feel a little crunch in that right side of your body as you extend through the left, the left, and the left arm lifts up, lifting the hips, peeling the chest open. Just expanding in every direction that you can. One breath here, inhale. Beautiful, and exhale, let the left hand touch down. Step back into high plank, letting knees fall to the ground, finding that low belly support as you exhale, lower all the way down. Nice, pointing the toes, This time drawing the arms forward, forehead to the ground. And then from here, drawing the shoulder blades onto your back. So rooting the arm bones into their sockets. It's going to maybe lift your armpits up a little bit. That's okay. Press down through that triangle of your pelvis as you begin to lift your arms, your legs in opposing directions. Fingers reach forward as toes yearn to the back. But everything is drawing to your core. Everything is still connecting to your center. Embodying calm with your breath. Finding your center by focusing on what's happening right now. Knowing this experience also will have a beginning, a middle, and an end. As you inhale, maybe you float a little higher. And as you exhale, slowly soften down, hands underneath shoulders, tuck your toes, and press back into child's pose. Letting your knees come out wide, big toes towards touching, hips towards heels. Listening for that victorious breath. Softening more. As you feel ready, maybe it's now, maybe it's 10 breaths from now. Take your time. But beginning to walk your hands in towards your legs and drawing your legs forward. Coming to the middle of your mat with knees bent, fingers on knees, and just begin to lift your heart. So this is option one, placing your hands underneath the creases of your knees. Coming into boat pose, so drawing the chest forward, the elbows hug towards the ribs, and just lifting the heart, feeling the belly button lead the way even here. Option two, you can go between option 1 and 2, is to float your feet. Right? Staying here. Option 3 is to release the hands. Drawing the knees towards one another. Lifting the heels, lifting the heart. And then from here, inhale, the right hand behind, left hand forward. If you're staying right here, you can just look in that direction with the shoulders, letting the core do the work. So you don't need the arms. Inhale back through center. Exhale, other way. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time on each side. And lift a little higher. And then tilt your boat to the right. Tilt your boat to the left without falling. And now to the right again. And now to the left again. One more time on each side. You got this. Embrace the shakiness. Embrace the strength. Come to center. Lift up through the heels and then drown with the feet. Hug the knees in. Lift the chest. Let the corners of the mouth rise, knowing that challenging work is now done. And let your arms reach out long as we begin to slowly come down onto our backs. Letting our arms rest by our side and taking a deep breath in and out. And then placing the right ankle over that left knee, just like we opened in this figure 4 type shape. Palms face down next to your hips. From here, beginning to press through the left foot and slowly lift the hips into this bridge modification, drawing the right knee away from you, lifting high through the hips, lifting the chin away from the chest, letting the top of the shoulders stay grounded. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale to slowly lower. Uncross that ankle and recross coming to the other side. Left knee gently draws away, that right heel is comfortably close to your bum. As you're ready, draw the shoulders down. Inhale, lift the hips. Let the shoulders draw back into the ground. The chin stays lifted from the chest. Let your arms help press into the ground to help you raise those hips a little higher, flexing through that left foot. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale slowly. Let it go. Uncross the ankles and hug your knees into your chest. You rock around on your sacrum for a few rounds. And then we'll end with one final supine twist. So letting your arms come out like a T, letting both of your knees fall towards the right as your gaze looks out over your left hand. I always like to press against my right arm to really let the weight come into my left shoulder a little bit more, then resettle both sides. Slowing down your breath. And then as you're ready, inhaling yourself back through center and coming to the other side. Now looking out over your right hand, pressing down through the left arm to help settle both shoulders equally into the ground. And then slowly lifting knees back through center. And beginning to draw the right leg out long, followed by the left. Letting the arms come down next to your hips, perhaps palms face open. Or often it feels nice to place one hand on your belly, one hand over your heart. And really allowing the weight of your body to settle into the ground beneath you. Letting go of any effort in your breath at this point. Letting go of any effort in general, so releasing any gripping or grasping. And allowing yourself to sink and soften. And allow the strength of your practice to integrate with who you are, a strong, capable person. And as always, feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you have time for. But as you feel ready, begin to deepen your breath. Perhaps awaken fingers and toes. Hugging knees in. And helping yourself up to a comfortable seated position, whatever way works for you. If you'd like, you can join me in bringing hands in front of heart center. Finding strength in ourselves isn't always easy. But coming back to our center, coming back to what's most important to us on a daily, reminds us of who we want to be, not only on the mat, but in the world. So I invite you to return to this question of coming back to core, to center, asking yourself, what is the why behind my actions, and is it aligned with who I want to be? And that's taking our yoga off the mat. From my heart to yours, namaste.